right, guys. So, if there's anything that we can rely on the left for, it is ridiculous videos on platforms like TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, where they just espouse their BS for, days on end. So we can rely on them for content always and reactions. But let's hear some of the popular beliefs that are circulating amongst the woke leftists in our generation right now. This one is about race, and apparently white people need to abstain from making TikTok posts to make space for us BIPOC individuals. I fit in that group, so even though TikTok never wants me on the platform anyways.
So racist.
They're so racist. They're so racist. Guys, I'm currently banned on TikTok, and every time I get banned, I message them and I'm like, don't you claim to uplift black voices.
Right. Oh, good.
And the account goes back up.
Oh, good. Maybe I should write that.
Right? I identify. Rachel Dolezal over here. I love it. That's the next
what happened
movement.
to her? She should be able to come back now based on all of this stuff.
You really think?
Yeah.
You really think? Have you seen?
She was in the wrong time, the poor girl.
It was. She was ahead of her time. She was ahead of her time. Future generations will be bowing to Rachel Dolezal and Ollie London. Yes. Here's this next one. Let's watch it.
If you're a white liberal leftist or consider yourself to be a white ally, I have a challenge for you. Don't create any more content on TikTok until September 22nd.
Sucks and honestly, wants more space for herself.
You deserve a break.
Literally.
Because every day is a white person day, and y'all must be exhausted. Oh, wow. So while you
Why are you saying y'all? That's a white word.
Listen, I'm very offended. Learn, and truly decenter yourself, Black, Indigenous, and other people of color.
And why does she have blonde hair? Excuse me, I am so
Appropriation.
Continue to like, comment, and share our content, because y'all are always talking about how you want to support us and create equity. But the truth that so many of y'all are unwilling to accept is that you do not want Black, Indigenous, and other people of color to lead and pave the way.
So embarrassed for her. Like, I'm cringing.
It is very cringy.
What is
the audacity?
So just because white people in there doesn't means that Black people can't be on there, or what?
But you know what? I feel like when I meet white leftists particularly, they do feel like saviors. Like, I'm going to give you this
it's because white people, we are so spoiled in the US, seriously. We are so fortunate and so spoiled. We have nothing really to complain about.
Right.
And that's why it's like we have to make problems. We have to make problems.
Straight up. They're like, let me give you your own Black category. Let me give you I don't need that. I can be a normal content creator with all the other white people who do it too. Like, I don't need you to boost me up.
It's so offensive.
It
honestly,
is so
like
offensive.
for them to treat people with different skin color like they need help.
Yeah.
Like they need, I always get in trouble because I brought up like a point that the Black owned business thing and how I said, I will never support a brand or anything based on someone's skin color. I won't go to someone's restaurant because of their skin color. I will go to their restaurant or support their brand based on their food or their product. People lose their minds when I say that. They lose their minds. And I'm so sick of it. They're so racist. Like, dude, this is racist.
I'll walk up to places in LA and I'll see like a Black Lives Matter sign or like this is a Black owned business. I was going to go into your business.
I'm not
I
anymore.
turn around.
Same.
I turn around and you get called racist for that. I get called racist for that.
There's like at Nordstrom on the 3rd floor. There was this whole like Black owned business area, Black owned brands area. It was this most pathetic thing ever because, to be honest, no one was even in there. It's like they tried to make this group of things that like people would want. No one was shopping because it's like they did not bring that in based on things people wanted to buy.
Right.
They only brought it in because it was made by Black people, which is so stupid.
It's so stupid.
What does anything do with anything? We live in America. This is a melting pot of everyone. Skin color does not matter. Like, it's so sickening. And
then you smack the label on a low-quality product, and then people are like, okay, well, Black-owned businesses make low-quality products.
I know.
Like,
oh, my God.
Stop. Like, H&M or Urban Outfitters did, like, this Black section or whatever, and it was, like, basketball purses.
Oh, stop.
And, like, cartoon girls with afros on T-shirts.
Oh,
like,
yeah. I know.
Stop virtue signaling to me.
Ooh,
I don't know.
No one's going to wear that.
Not a single Black person, especially.
And have you seen how it all goes on sale, too? I've seen that. Like, all the Afro Queen, like, mugs at Home Goods. It's, like, the sale section is full of them. It's so sad. Like, don't do that. Just be
embarrassing.
Sell normal shit.
Embarrassing. It's embarrassing.
I don't get it.
Gosh, leave us alone. Leave us.
Yeah.
And I feel like most Black people feel that way too.
They
like,
do.
Leave
it's
me
the
alone.
white people. I always say I hate woke white people. I say it all the time. I really do. Like, God, they're so cringy. They make me cringe.
Oh, well,
God.
I wonder how you're going to deal with this one. Have you ever
I
heard?
think I saw this clip. Oh my
You
God.
heard of a Cupiosexual?
I saw a little bit of this and
Okay.
I fast forwarded through it.
Okay, good. So you're already prepared.
I'm prepared.
I'm just gonna, since we have to be subjected to it, we subject you guys to it. So
Thank
have fun.
you.
Here we
Lives
go.
of TikTok. He's fat.
People who like Cupid and cupcakes. No, that is not what it means, you
It's a
stupid
girl.
head. Oh, well, they still like cupcakes, probably, right? Maybe, but everybody's different, all
At least the
right?
music's good.
All right.
Is it though?
Well, like, what does this mean?
Oh God.
People who identify as Cupiosexual fall under the
can't keep up.
asexual
I have so many things to say about this.
I can't. Yeah, well, great. We're about to pause here. Once
People
she
who identify
explains.
as Cupiosexual do not feel sexual attraction towards others.
Okay.
But they do wish or want to be in a sexual relationship with someone.
Okay, that's enough. I got the definition.
This
Wow.
is mental illness, actually. Like, she's sick. But
It's like a cartoon character.
Honestly, no. This is like, okay. I don't want to say it. I'm going to say it. She's fat and no one wants her. So now she is asexual. It's not that you're asexual. It's that you have made yourself into this like unwanted beast.
What a hot take.
Yeah. I mean, that's the problem with this. It's not, I'm so tired of this. Like,
Yeah,
that's what I get from this.
Let me recap.
Like, let's just be real.
Yeah, the definition was somebody who is not attracted to people but wants to be
in a
attracted.
wants to be in a relation.
It wants to be in a sexual relationship with somebody. So you're not asexual. Is basically what I'm hearing. You do want to be in a
Yeah, I'm
sexual
very
relationship.
confused.
I'm very
But at the
confused.
it's like she doesn't like herself. Obviously, she's a mess.
Yeah, I just can't keep up. I how many sexual identities are there, and why are they all personalities at the same time?
Why
Like
are they
I don't understand.
Why are they always so like weird looking? All of them. They're always like that.
I feel like what we're going through right now, and I watched this
don't
story
get
of
it.
like this transgender girl who detransitioned. It was like, here's what happened to me. It's like young people who feel uncomfortable with themselves or have a little bit of anxiety and all these things, and then they go to the internet and they find this community of like fellow anxious people who take them in, and they're like, this is your
And I
sexuality
think
now.
in public school too is they're really like rewarded for it.
Yep.
They get attention and everyone fawns over them and it's really sad. It's
Diversity
so
points.
destructive.
It
It's
really-
so destructive. And then, that coupled with the medication they're probably given, it's just there's so many. It's so evil.
There
It's evil.
is. The first time I ever met somebody who identified as transgender was actually in high school. I went to high school with this kid who identified as transgender.
You're much younger than me. We didn't know any. There wasn't that. That wasn't a thing back then.
Wasn't a thing back then,
Now all
right?
of a sudden it's a thing.
It's like in the
but
past
it's
5
a
years.
thing only in the blue states. Did you hear about that?
Like straight up, yeah. If you look at red state
so sad.
demographics, it's not existent.
I know. I don't. It's not right. It's
Yeah.
because it's what you said. It's the internet. It's the school, and it's the schools, and
And you'll meet people who have these identities and like look at what they wear, look at their hair color, look at the makeup
the
they
same
do.
thing. Why?
It's crazy. It's outlandish. It's like I want to be seen. I want to be different. I
And, like,
want to
help
be
me.
unique. Yep. And
It's like a
also
cry
like
for help.
Yeah, in a lot of ways I
this is
think
a
it
cry for
is.
help.
Yeah, and you can approach that compassionately, but you also have to like recognize that that is what it is in a lot of ways. Like why is this person so loud putting on this
Yeah.
cartoony character? You want attention and you want to be seen and you probably want help. You probably want help. Here is another one. Teacher claims that some of her 5 to 7-year-old students use they, them pronouns.
Just saying, if my 5 to 7-year-old art students can correctly use they, them pronouns for their peers and accept non-binary kids without batting an eye, adults should be able to do it.
no, I'll never do it. Sorry, I'm not gonna call someone. I just won't do it.
It's not truth.
Yeah, it's dumb. Okay, it's
not.
the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my life.
And I used to be like, oh, I totally don't agree with you and what you're saying, but like if you were in front of me, I would respect your pronouns if that's what you want from me, or like I would make episodes about it and respect the people's pronouns that I was talking about, but I'm like, it's not true. I'm so sorry.
No, I mean, and for me, it's like if you look like a guy, then you're a guy. If you look like a girl, you're a girl. Fine, you know what I mean. But if you look like a boy, then you are a he. I'm sorry. If you look like a girl, then you're a girl. Like there are trans girls and guys who look
Yes.
like trans, and then I will refer to them as what they look like. But I'm
Right.
not gonna around and you tell me, oh, I'm a girl when you are obviously not a girl. Like, no, what? And I'm supposed to just guess that and know that?
It's like, if my
how
brain...
am I supposed to know that? Like,
Yeah, if your brain can't figure it out
Right.
by looking at somebody, like, what are you supposed to do? Am I supposed to go through and give you a whole checklist of all the possible pronouns and then you let me
tell
know?
me which one I can refer to you as? Like, give me a
Right.
break. I mean, there's a lot of,
And the reason the 5 to 7-year-olds in this scenario are so accepting of it is because they don't know any better. And that's why,
and it's being shoved down their throats by people like that at school.
Yes.
And it's scary. It's so scary. Like, I will never let my kid anywhere around this when I have one, ever.
I've been
Ever.
thinking, like, if I have kid, homeschool, private school. Like, I can't deal with
And
this.
you know what? Like, homeschool is such like a weirdo thing back when I was growing up. Like, only weirdos did homeschool.
And now you're like,
And I'm like, there's no choice.
Yep.
It's like that's becoming the mainstream.
Yep. And now I meet people and I'm like, oh, you're onto something. Homeschooling, you're totally onto something because I could never send my...
I would go ballistic.
Yeah. I would have to, like, interview the teachers and be like, how do you feel about
would.
gender theory and race
Yeah.
before I put my kid in your classroom?
Totally.
Unbelievable. Here's an interesting one about white genocide.
Sacrifice myself for the greater good. Why, you may ask? Asian women can single-handedly cause the white genocide that they are so afraid of. With 2.25 billion Asian women and 500 million white men, baby, it'll only take 2 generations. In 2 generations, there will no longer be any blonde-haired...
That's true. I think this is true though. I've heard
She's
this.
actually right.
She's right.
These eyes, this skin, and my babies will be Asian.
Well, actually, Asians aren't procreating, so she's wrong.
That's actually right.
She's wrong, but they could.
Because me and my Asian army will you out of existence. Peace.
I mean, she's wrong and right because the blonde hair, blue eye thing is true. Like that's actually I heard it very soon. That's going to be a no longer thing.
Right. If you look at like the projections
Yeah.
of what the normal skin tone is going to be for future humans, it's like a mix
Right.
blend or
Yeah.
whatever. But like, imagine if anybody else had made a white person had made this about like we are going to breed.
This is why I'm talking out the way I do now and say things I want because you.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Oh my gosh. Because no. Because why can they? Just because I'm white, I can't say things, but everyone else can say stuff. I'm over it. I'm over it.
Imagine if you're like, we're gonna breed the black and the Asian out of our society. Imagine what would happen to you. You'd get your ass beat.
She still has her account up, and we don't.
Yep. Yep. Because we say like, there's like 2 genders or something like that,
Yeah.
and that's hate
No.
speech. We're terrorists.
I can't. I'm so done with this. Oh my gosh.
We have one more here.
Oh God. This thing is just a creature.
This is a teacher and
Creature
a
teacher.
So you're very close, maybe
I
both.
was. Oh my gosh. Why are they hiring people that look like this as teachers?
You know
Why?
what? That should be honestly
no.
that should root out half of the problem. Just by going, I'm not going to hire somebody who looks like this, and you can call that discrimination or whatever, but it would work. It's a tried and true test.
I'm good. Discriminate.
Yep.
I discriminate. I do.
That's what they're calling for. They want white folks out of schools and all this stuff and all. Yeah, whatever. Here we go.
I am an openly queer teacher. Now, I don't stand in front of my elementary students and be like,
Elementary.
I like women, but I wear a bi flag watch band, bi flag bracelets. In my classroom, I keep a rainbow flag.
Dude, trust me, they know.
It's got Mickey Mouse on it because I love Mickey, but it's got a rainbow. My kids know what it means.
Okay,
This
so
is
what?
me telling them I am a safe place to talk without making a big deal out of being queer.
Without making a big deal out of it.
Why do you have to talk about anything having to do with sexuality?
Why?
Why?
It's so
Like, why do you care
weird.
so much? It's so uncomfortable. I could never talk to a child about this.
And then people are like, don't call them groomers and all this stuff. But what is this?
I know. I hate those like typical like conservative buzzwords and
Right.
stuff. It's so tacky. Like conservatives can be very tacky.
They could be, yes.
But, like,
We need,
this,
like, a revolution in the
what I mean?
conservative
yeah,
movement.
That's why. Yeah, like they can be considered dorks and things like that for those reasons. But this is a groomer. Like obviously.
Yes. It's just like, okay, the only thing that flag could possibly symbolize in your classroom is who you sleep with. Why are you trying to communicate that to the children who are in your classroom?
scary.
And she says, I'm doing it without making a big deal out of it. You literally have nearly the bi flag painted on your
Everywhere.
hair. Yeah. Oh, it's on your wrist. You're not making a big deal out of it, baby
You know
girl.
she has the BLM flag in her class too, the trans everything
You
flag.
know,
You know
how
she
is
does.
it allowed? How is it allowed? Like, what is the state of public education right now that this is allowed in schools? I just cannot believe it. And they're talking to kids about race. They're talking to kids about gender. They're talking to kids about, like, sex and showing them pornography in school. Yeah. Where are we? And it's all been in, like, the past 5 years.
I know.
Like,
why? And then that's the weird thing. Why in the past 5 years? Like, what happened? And why did it explode so much in the past 5 years? What happened?
Like, the theory is that they're, like...
It's social media. It's got to be social media.
It's social media, and also that, like, the final stage of all of this stuff is normalizing it. So when you're in that final stage, people are just so open about it, and eventually you just get numb to it. Like, it doesn't bother you anymore when you see it. So, like, I try to keep, like, the fire of, no, this is weird.
Yeah.
I know you see it at every corner, but it's weird.
Well, we see it every corner because we are in LA, but in the majority of the country, I don't think it's like that.
It might not be as bad. Yeah, it's definitely
it's in the cities. It's a lot. It's in the cities and then pocketed here and there.
Metropolitan areas, like every shop you go to in LA has to tell you they support gay people, and that, like, the little signs, I'm sure you see these. If you're racist, homophobic, sexist, you cannot eat here or whatever. Like, don't come into this. Oh my God,
give me a break. Give me a break. I know.
We get it.
I always say, like, I don't support groups. I support individual people. I don't care if you're gay or trans or whatever. If I like you as a person, I will like you. Right. But I'm not going to support a whole group of gay people because half of you guys are jerks.
Yes, it doesn't tell me anything about you.
Yeah, I don't care that you're gay. Like.
Yeah, it's so wild. Like, we covered a story. We covered a story a little while back of this guy who, like, shot into this woman's apartment, this black guy, and ended up getting killed by police. And all these protesters are showing up to shout his name. Oh my God. Just because he's black.
I know, just because he's black.
Guys, get over the identity politics.
Seriously.
And I already know the people watching this, you guys are over identity politics. You're not falling for this stuff. So hopefully we get some leftists who are, stumble upon this content.
Hopefully they'll come because of me and they'll watch this because they love to hate me, so they can watch.
Everybody loves to hate you.
They do.
Do you have any final messages for the people who love to hate you, Alex, before we close out?
I got so many messages for them. No, I don't know.
You're going to keep doing your thing.
Yeah, I'm going to keep doing my thing. I'll never shut up. I'll always say what I want, even though you guys don't want me to say it. And the more you tell me to not do something, the more I'll do it. Yeah. So that's it.
Fantastic. Yeah. And for this, I imagine it's going to be a generally new audience. Where can people find you? Where can people support you?
Yeah. Insta right now is The Real HRH Collection. My jewelry line is all handmade by me. 90% of it.
Beautiful, by the way.
Is here in LA is shophrh.co is my jewelry website. And then on YouTube, it's HRH Collection.
Beautiful. I think we're going to have a bunch of new listeners for you in this particular audience. And thank you so much for spending so much time and being on the show today.
I'm so honored to be at PragerU. Oh my gosh, I never thought in a million years. So I'm very happy. Yeah. Thank you.
Shout out to Dennis.
Yes, love you, Dennis.
Bye, guys.
Bye.